Good morning, Honorable.
Morning.
Morning. Now, there have been a number of attempts to impeach Waiguru. The original first one was by Mithika Ntuli.
Yeah.
And they were involved in it. What was the cause? Because that time, the National Youth Service was not in the picture.
National Youth Service were in the picture in the sense that one of the former CEO of the National Youth Service, Rugut, Kiblimo Rugut, former PC Central, was intimidated.
He was removed and they put Githinji.
And they wanted to put Githinji when we started making noise then. And they made it, that is when I started complaining that I can see a scheme of guys who are trying to loot National Youth Service. So they wanted someone they could use that can be compromised, so that they can, because there were many funds which were flowing to National Youth Service there. There was money from the Chinese, and Parliament, we were coerced to increase the National Youth Service funding by a huge margin. So they had about 40 billion in total. Yeah. Both from the National Treasury, from our taxpayers' money, and the money, the loan from the Chinese and the grants from the Chinese, which was going through National Youth Service. And I realized there was something cooking.
You didn't table that
raise a red flag.
Yeah.
I was the main guy in the Linturi motion. It is only that we realized we needed to have a good team, which we resorted to having Linturi run the motion. And he took it before the floor of that house. He was to come before the floor of that house. And then he went through hell. He went through a lot of intimidation. I remember the whole government, including the presidency, going to his constituency to really make him calm down on his, to withdraw his motion, which was not easy. He went through almost the same thing that I went through last year when I was moving the motion on impeachment. After now what I had allayed 1 year in 2014.
So what did you do in the second motion?
The second motion died when Waiguru resigned. Once she was not in office, my motion died later.
What was the basis of your motion?
My motion was, the basis of my motion was to do with our involvement in corruption in National Youth Service, and the issues that were touching on Huduma centers, issues that were touching on Youth Enterprise Fund, issues that were touching in our own ministry. You remember the pens which were going for 10,000, the tissue papers which were going for how much, and many things that were touching on our ministry. So it was about craft.
So how did you know? How did you get that information?
We get information. In that house we get information, and that is our responsibility, to play oversight, to check on the executive when they are. And I'm very focused about corruption issues. I do a lot of investigation because we need to fight craft. It is what is killing our economy. At the moment we have no money for roads maintenance, even to build new roads. To maintain roads, leave alone building new roads. We have no money to run, to maintain the existing roads. The roads, the beautiful roads that were left by Kibaki regime, we cannot even make.
What evidence you have that we have no money in the treasury?
There is no, I sit in that parliament and we normally plan. If you see, at the moment most roads are in pathetic conditions. There are many potholes upcoming in most roads. Even after the rain, it was not, we have no money to maintain the roads.
What do you see now that this Kabura contractor, so-called contractor, now that she has sworn this affidavit, what do you foresee? What's happening with Waiguru?
I'm expecting to see DPP taking directions. And you remember the other week I complained that why is EACC clearing Waiguru and pretending that there is no evidence. I had a motion with a lot of evidence and a big document. They did not even waste their time to ask for evidence in case I had some evidence. If they were doubting, then they should have interrogated me. They should have called me to EACC and I was ready to go.
But
and
now,
provide evidence.
Now Kabura says one of the officers in the EACC was involved in it.
All of them. And I talked about it the other week, that the worst institution at the moment in the name of they are fighting graft, are actually the worst institution in terms of corruption. They are the ones who are looting now. They go for those individuals who have been alleged to have taken resources, and then they take bribes from them, and then they give them a clean bill of health. It is a toll station. EACC is a toll station. And it is sad.
But we have now new commissioners. Previously there were no commissioners. Do you see any hope now that you have commissioners?
Unless they do a lot of I'm expecting to see the commissioners doing vetting. But those officials, the ones, the CEOs there, the deputy, and the other officials are so powerful that I don't know whether the commissioners will manage. You remember that was the reason why they made sure that they removed all those commissioners. Some of them were intimidated to move. In fact, they were saying the 175 list, which was brought before us, was amended. Some names were deleted intentionally, and some were included into that list. Some people have been taken home. They were forced to step aside, and they had no issues touching on draft. But there are names, the architects of that list were doing a lot of witch hunting. They wanted to make sure that others are punished for no reason, and others are clean for no reason. And that is the reason why I was complaining, even last year when Malwa brought a bill to say we must vet all those officials. We supported it, and we had a majority number. But when it went to the presidency, the president said, no, you can do it within a year. And you know, once the president, that is one of the obstacles that we are having at the moment. The president must come out to support us in terms of graft. He seems to be supportive. You saw even the presidency took a position on the Waiguru issue, saying that she is clean, she has no issues touching on graft. And look at what is happening now. It is very clear that there are many issues touching on Waiguru directly, which the presidency must really come out. And I remember the 5 pillars that took us to office. The 5 pillars which took us. One of it was openness. Yeah. And in openness, there was transparency, and now the corruption issue, which comes out of those pillars of our manifesto.
According to this affidavit was sworn by Kabura. Mm-hmm. Even Central Bank fraud unit, there's somebody involved in that. So do you have? So where are we going to? Where are Kenyans going to go to?
What we should do, in fact, we have wasted a lot of time. At the moment, we should be working on a recovery strategy, so that we ensure all that money that have been lost, we should recover for Kenyans to use, to buy medicines, to run our roads programs. We lost so much money. Even today, no one knows how much we lost in National Youth Service. It's not the 791 they're talking about. It's more than that. And I can confirm to you that it's more than that. If they should have taken time and listened to Keter and listened to many others who are alleging there were issues, we should have recovered the money at the moment, and people could be facing charges at the moment in court.
Are you not Jubilee yourself?
I'm Jubilee, but we are losing direction.
It looks like you have defected.
You see,
I saw you in the picture when they were celebrating.
We are in many, but I'm not in Jubilee Party myself. I'm in URP at the moment.
Yes.
And any other party that is going to come into place, not Jubilee Party, we will support that. Jubilee Party was formed by some people with an intention, so that they can rig nominations to ensure others don't win elections. So what they want to clear the wave using Jubilee Party, so that they dictate to the citizens of this country to have individuals who are sycophants to the executive. We want members of parliament who can come and play the oversight role in that house. We want people who are independent enough to really fight against such issues like corruption.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I hope they are here.